So I received a lot of messages from like parents, adults, saying like, oh, do you know, like, you guys, you children nowadays tend to use this word of abuse, or the way that we discipline you was abuse. Were you children easy? Were you guys children who were able to understand, obey, and behave in a well manner? And I would just look at the parents and I'm just like, okay, cool. Let's talk about the difference between discipline and abuse. When we look at the word discipline is a word that is used, is about teaching, guiding, and helping a child to understand their behavior, which is understand behaviors which are right and wrong. And it focuses on, teaching a child. Listen to the word teaching, which means you're taking your time to teach, which involves dialogue, which involves communication, allowing the child to also express themselves to see if they understood. And a lot of Congolese parents, what they tend to do is they will speak, and not really check if the child has understood what they've said, or even the child has understood what they did wrong. So a lot of parents lack that kind of understanding. There's that barrier between them and the children. And then when you see it, when it's being done, especially the teaching, is not done in a way of humiliating the child, putting the child down, but it's done in a calm manner, in a language and choice of word where the child can understand. And also, you as a parent, you're also able to understand the child. Is also done in a way that there's building a trust, where the child can also confide in you and be like, do you know what, I did this, is this behavior right, is this behavior wrong? And also the child to trust you that you are actually, guiding them in the right way. It also promotes, respect and dignity. And yes, sometimes it'll be hard for, the discipline you might do for the child, but the child might feel like you hate them, but it's not. Later on, they will understand by communication, they will understand that actually you are there for them. But when we look at abuse is there to cause fear, injury, and emotional trauma. It's humiliating the children. It's also using threat. Or comparing the child with other children. It also is used as power. You see the difference? When abuse is there to take control, it's having power over the person. Yes, we know, as when it involves religion, you understand that a parent has power over the child. But when it comes to abuse, it means that controlling, suffocating the child and not allowing the child to also blossom and grow. But when discipline is like, I'm going to give you, because you've done this, mommy told you this, and because you've done it, and the reason why mommy is upset, because if you continue to do this behavior or this action, it can lead to this, that. But with abuse, is like, you don't do that because you haven't, I'm going to get into it, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to thump you, I'm going to do this, that's where the issue comes in. But when we look at forms of discipline, so there's different type of discipline. So there's the natural consequences, which is letting the child express the result of their actions safely, creating that safe space. Example, if they forgot their homework, they learn to be more responsible next time. So maybe they forgot their homework, like, next time you need to prioritize your time. The day before, put things in, or else you will get detention. Things like logical consequences, creating a consequence directly related to the behavior. Example, if they make a mess, they clean it up. Time out or calm down time, so which will be giving the child a short break to calm down and reflect, not as a punishment, but to gain control of themselves, to gain control of their emotion. Because remember, a child is also learning. They're trying to learn about themselves, so they're experiencing, do you understand? They're learning how to control their emotion. Sometimes they have feelings. They don't know what anger is. But I don't understand why this. Even as an adult, we still learn about our emotion. So positive reinforcement, so praise and reward good behavior to encourage it to continue. Setting clear boundaries, like children feel safe when they know what to expect of them and what the limits are. Because a lot of parents, like especially us who comes from like Congolese, it'll be like they just get slippers and slap you. The child don't even understand, or sometimes when they do that, you just slap them. They don't understand. And slapping is just like, oh, I'm scared, but they don't really understand. So the child will behave out of fear instead of actually understanding. And also modeling good behavior. As a parent, you also should model good behavior. Children learn from what they see and not from what just, so kindness, patience and respect is also, so these are things that are important. So for the parents that always say like, oh, Angelique, you're promoting like children, you always thinking for abuse. A lot of what we consider as Congolese consider as discipline is actually abuse. And this is where it's needed for parents to go into parenting class to actually learn the difference, and also to learn how their children learn and understand, and to also ensure that they are safe and they are growing up well. I hope this helps somebody. See? And remember, discipline, it teaches and also helps to build a characteristic, build a person, an identity. However, when you look at abuse, it's to hurt, destroy, dismantle a person, make a person confused and not know who they are.